Well, good morning. Here we are again, day three, prayer challenge, prayer intensive challenge. If you're joining us from Facebook, I want to welcome you. We'll be live on YouTube. I thank y'all for joining us if you're watching it now or in the future. Here we are. We're just in our prayer room back here. This is where we come and pray. This is where we spend time with the Lord. This is where we take moments out of our day and just give to Him. Most importantly, we try to put Him first in all things. I'm not saying we get it all right every time. How y'all doing? I'm Kirk Thibodeau. Here we are in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it's a little frozen out there. We don't get no weather like this. If you've been with us over the last 3 days, you already know this. I know some of y'all got some snow out there. I pray y'all are being safe and warm, and most importantly, helping some other people out. We've opened our home to some people to come in for a short period of time so they can have some heat and whatnot. But that's what my wife has been doing way before we even got married. So God bless her soul. Well, here we are again, talking about prayer and being intentional about spending time with the Lord. And what does that look like? How is it how do we do that? Now we've done this more personal setting than we normally do on things. And it's just a reflection of more of how we're supposed to be intimate with God. So this is a more personal setting for us to be more intimate in our prayer lives. And I wanted you to see it's just as simple as conversation. Uh, my nose tickles, excuse me there. Good morning, Rhonda. I was just sitting back here and I was asking the Lord, what do you want to talk about this morning? And what are we really going to talk about? What do you want to say to your people, Lord? Because I could write down and I could teach y'all whatever it is that I'd want to do, but I really want to know what the Lord wants to talk to y'all about. One thing that come to my attention was sometimes we get a little discouraged in prayer. And what is it supposed to look like? And the Lord was just talking about make it a conversational piece. We've even discussed this previously over the last 2 days of just making it a conversational piece. Just talk to him. If you have to write it out, write it out. Write out the questions that you want to ask God. Write out the things that you want to tell him. And then sit there and just talk to him about it. And the more beautiful thing about that is that you can write down what you believe you hear from him. So you can be more accustomed to how God talks to you and what he tells you. I think that's a very interesting point right there to know when God's speaking to you and what he's saying. And to help develop your faith in that you hear him. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you hear him. You just may not be listening. And we all do that. Doesn't matter where you're at, whether you've been walking with the Lord for 20 years or you just come to the Lord last week. He's talking to you and he's always been speaking. Another point we're going to talk about is just take 5 or 10 minutes in the morning when you get up. Be intentional about it. You don't have to go into the 1, 2, 3 hour prayer sessions starting off. You just have to start off small. 5, 10 minutes a day and grow into it. Allow yourself the room to grow in your prayer life. I know we had discussed on previous sessions that get a prayer partner and join a prayer group to help develop your faith and building up your prayer life. Learning how to pray, learning how others pray, just exploring that world of prayer and how important prayer really is. It's powerful when we agree. We spoke about that the other day too, that your prayer partner standing in agreement with you on the things you're praying about. So there's just some more pointers right there to help you grow in your prayer life. One thing I wrote down here, it's no mystery when you put him first. We believe that is some great mystery to talk to God. Or maybe you've been taught that it's a great mystery to talk to God. Let me tell you something. God wants to talk to you. He wants to know your heart. He wants to know your worries. He wants to know your concerns. He wants to know what makes you happy. He wants to know what you enjoy. He wants to know everything about you. Even though he knows everything about you, it would just be like a marriage, a husband and a wife sitting down talking to one another. They may live together, but sometimes just sitting down and having a conversation is more important than going through the busyness of life. Well, that's exactly how God sees it with you. He just wants you to sit down and tell him what's going on in your life. Last key point I have for y'all today is be still and be quiet. Turn off all the noise around you. We talked about our prayer closets on day one. We talked about finding that place where you meet God and where God will meet you. Turn off all the noise. Get away from all the people. Get away from the busyness of life and the distractions. If that means you have to go somewhere where you don't have a computer, a TV, a laptop, a tablet, even your phone, leave your phone in the other room. Turn the ringer off. Just sit still for a little while. That 5-10 minutes, even just sitting down for 5 and 10 minutes in the life we live of being so busy in this world, that sitting still is a challenge for us. But build upon that. Build upon those 5 or 10 minutes, then maybe go to 30 minutes. Before you know it, you'll be a extreme prayer warrior in 2 to 3 hour prayer sessions, intercession with the Lord, praying his will, calling out and decreeing things into this world, being used by him. God wants to partner with you. He wants to walk with you through this thing. He'll give you the strength. He'll give you the power, the courage, the joy. He'll equip you to do what he needs you to do. And sometimes it's just starting off small. Be faithful in the little things. Well, we got a little distraction here pop up on the phone. Zoom wants me to verify, but we verified. Verified by the Lord. It doesn't take a whole lot of thought, but you can think about what you want to talk to the Lord. It doesn't have to be eloquent and extravagant words. Start off simple. Simplicity is a beautiful thing in such a complex life. We don't have to make things so complex. We don't have to mix it up and make it difficult. That's why we're sitting back here just doing a live feed, nothing fancy, no big backdrops and lights and everything else, just one-on-one talking to one another. That's how God wants you to meet him. Just talking to him. I emphasize on this because I know that's what's helped me in my life. I know that's what's helped me grow. And I've seen this faithfulness. I've seen this faithfulness. Okay, we're going to share the Zoom ID with somebody chiming in. I've seen this faithfulness over my life. And let's see if I can. I don't know how to share this whenever we're on the call. So y'all bear with me. Thank you. All right. I think we got it. He's answered in the small things. He's not always answered everything, but in his time, he's always given me a response. Sometimes I've had to wait for those responses. Sometimes they came quickly. Everybody's relationship with God is going to be different. You can't really copy somebody else's relationship, but you can learn from it. You can get some insight and gain insight in what they're doing and how they're doing it. But be unique, be authentic in your prayer life. You don't have to be like everybody else. God made you exactly how you are. You didn't have to be, you don't have to try to be like people that have been walking with the Lord for 20 minutes and huge churches and big ministries. God developed them to get to that place in their life. And you have to allow him to develop you to get to the place where he wants you to be. Be patient. Be patient in listening for him. Something else just came to me. We talked about making it a conversational piece. Start a prayer journal. Write down what you pray for. Put a date on it. Add the time. Then come back and see if God answers what you're asking him. And just remember to go back every now and then and write down whatever it is you believe God is telling you. And you'll start seeing. You'll start realizing he's already speaking and he's been speaking. It's not complex. I don't know what else to say. I believe that's a good start for us today. So what do we have? Let's just recap over it before we get off today. Write it down. Make it a conversational piece. Write your questions and write what you want to talk to God about. Start with 5-10 minutes a day and be intentional about it. Be still and be quiet. Get away from everything. Find a place where there's no distractions, no phones, no TVs, no people. Put him first. Put him first in everything you do. Ask him for guidance throughout all of the tasks that you have in life, jobs, destinations, going places, going to church, choosing a church. I won't say going to church, choosing a church, choosing people you should be involved with. Be still, be quiet. Again, be still and be quiet. Be patient. Sometimes we have to wait for the answers that we want. You know, God he's in a deal of making crock pot roasts and not microwave dinners, because everything he does has a savoriness to it. He's not into these quick fixes in life. Now he can show his glory and his might and his power through healings and miracles. And we can witness and testify to this. God still heals today, and we believe in miracles. He's done the miraculous in our life so many times. I couldn't even write them down on a piece of paper, all of the miracles that God has done. Just keep pursuing him, keep seeking him, keep going after him. He's been going after you all your life. He's still going after you. And he's got you right in his hands. And you'll come to realize that one day that he's not so far away. He's deep inside our hearts and has always been there. Well, that's all we got for today. If you want to stay on, we'll interact a little more, but we're going to stop